smoke is quieting down. Seems like we've got to a lot of the smoke. Dub, you got smoke?
It's fun that way.
No, Mel got sick, had to go home, so now we giving them what they say. Yo, dog, I be liking when y'all just in man talk, barbershop talk. I want that shit sometimes.
Unfair, y'all niggas is unfair.
Oh, here she comes.
This nigga started some shit, and that's it, bro. I
Wait,
like
I
that stuff.
Oh, shit. I always get the blame for some shit that
That's
y'all
it.
do.
Yeah.
No? Mel, no?
No.
Yeah.
White lines. Mel, so you lived it. I mean,
No, I was thinking. I was like, there was a point in which, you know, like
You never hit the slopes?
never. But what? What?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, but. you'd
Nor
like to.
am I going to say something.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I'm not saying anything. I don't know your life.
Is there something that I don't know?
You said
No.
there was a point.
There was a point.
There was a point where
Can you put this down and say it?
there was a point. There was a point in which
Because sometimes your jaw do. Sometimes your jaw do the shit.
Little Bobby Brown.
don't play with me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there was a time where there was a little bit too much self-medication, but you know, now I don't.
Liquor.
Was that a long time ago?
Yeah.
I think we all in denial up here.
Nah, I told you yes.
This whole room is in denial.
Nah, the total
No, we're not.
I remember the conversation.
Because addiction.
All right, let me set this mic up. What's going on, y'all? We are back with the files. Now listen, all right? I've been covering this Mel thing real close. All right, they've been getting on her almost every day. We've been watching it, and it finally happened. Melyssa Ford walked out of the Joe Budden podcast, okay? And they tried to cover it up by saying she was sick. Mel wasn't sick, not at all. She was not sick at all. All right, on camera, they gave us the nice, clean excuse. Oh, she got sick. But if you watch closely, if you listen carefully, you could tell something way deeper was happening behind the scenes. And later in the episode, Queen's Flip slipped up and let some of the cat out the bag. All right?
I love you, Flip.
No, you don't. Fuck
do.
you, nigga. Fuck you too.
don't fuck with none of us.
That niggas all down with that shit, son. I watch y'all niggas turn in 4 seconds. niggas hyped it, then turned on me. No, nigga, hey, you wrong.
I was on the balcony. Anyway, you know what?
Niggas hyped it, and just
I be minding my own business. I just walked in. Some shit was a melee.
Fuck y'all niggas, bro.
The tension started when the JBP crew got into a conversation about addictions. Imani threw a question at Mel. He asked her, have you had any? And Mel confidently said no. But Imani wasn't buying it, all right? He leaned in and hit her with a slick jab like, you never hit the slopes, okay? And we all know what the slopes means, all right? That's the that cocaína, okay? That's the Mexico, okay? That's the Colombiano, that's that ahí, that's the Puerto Rico, that's the Perico. Crazy, right? We know what the slopes mean. He said the slopes. Come on, we know the snow. We know what the slopes mean, right? So the room, they all looking. Everybody looking in there. Everybody focusing on Mel. And Queen's Flip, he jumped in. He made it worse. He started singing, White Lines, oh, the wild. That song by Melly Mel. And check it out. Melly Mel. The song by Melly Mel. For Mel. White Lines. Grandmaster Melly. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look that up. And it's a song they talking about the cocaine in there too. So everybody laughed, right? But the undertone was serious. They were accusing Mel of lying, of hiding something, not keeping it funky, not keeping it 100, all right? Mel stood her ground at first. She told Imani flat out never, okay? But then she admitted that there was a time in her past where she self-medicated a little too much. That's when Joe Budden pressed her harder. He leaned in, all right? He asked her, but has it been recently? And Mel said no. All right? Mel said no. Okay? And instead of letting it go, the whole cast piled on. All right? Everybody was in denial. Okay? Now it's like everybody was slow cornering her, okay? Making her look like she was really lying about her drug use. Now, Mel has came on the pod and spoke to us about her doing shrooms and her smoking weed and going to events and doing all of that type of stuff. So she's been very open. But I've never heard her talk about anything like some hard drugs. You get what I'm saying? But Queen's Flip reminded her and of a private conversation that they had. And he was like, that we spoke about that before. All right. So clearly, Mel didn't really want that to be brought up on air. Right. She brushed it off. If it seems like Flip's words and everybody's words was lingering in her head, and that must have got her really mad. Now, I went back and I scanned through every part of this podcast. And honestly, this is the moment, you know what I'm saying, that they're talking about, because they was getting on Mel more than 3 times. Like, they got on Mel a lot this episode. It was sometimes she shot back. It was cool, but this was the one because Queen's Flip said that Imani started it. Okay, so I had to go scan everything. Like, which argument did Imani start that they was still talking about that? You know what I'm saying? That could, and I heard all the context clues. We got the files, okay? So I know that this is what really pissed her off and got her to storm off the podcast. But here's where it really gets crazy. Flip later admitted that everyone turned on him. He said, he was just making a point on the balcony during the break. But even Corey told him to shut up. So it must have been something crazy. He said Corey got on him. Like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Flip felt like the entire pod threw him under the bus, basically to use him as a scapegoat, when in reality, they all contributed to cornering Mel and making her feel some type of way. All right? Mark Lamont Hill even described it as a melee when he stepped out on that balcony. Like he walked into a storm. Now, Mark had to calm Mel down this episode. I think. I could be wrong, but I think Mark had to calm her down.
Yeah, you good?
Me? I'm great.
Oh, you
We all
checking
live,
it?
Aki.
So I had handling the situation.
You're not. It's on camera
Therapy.
good.
Therapy.
It's on camera good.
Therapy for half you niggas over here, but yeah.
Yo, can I ask you a question?
Now, let's not forget he was caught texting someone during taping. Okay? He told Ish it was therapy for all of them. But let me ask you this. Was Mark texting Mel in real time, trying to talk her off the ledge? All right? We all know that Mark is Mel's trusted circle. Okay? Or did he tell her to leave? Like, which one is it? Now, remember, Mel has openly admitted to using shrooms and marijuana. I'm going to say that again. But never once has she publicly talked about harder drugs. All right? Now, if she confided to these dudes about something, personal off camera, and they kept nudging it in front of millions of people, that could feel like betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden kept poking too. He joked, can she talk without the cup in her hand? Okay? Now, we all know Mel is always getting a drink when she's on the pod. So that was a shot. All right. And then Joe added that, her chin be doing all type of funny movements. And that is addict behavior. Okay. Chin moving, cup in the hand. Like, come on. Like, I'm from Queens. I be seeing, you see the fiends growing up. That's behavior. Even like for the ladies that sit around and play cards with the aunties and all that all day, and they just drink, they chin be shaking, and they used to be cokeheads back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's the way, so that's the vibes. And they was really painting a picture for me, giving me nostalgia of back in the day in the hood, making me think about all of that with all of this. It was just like, wow. So Mel probably was like really tight. You know what I'm saying? Clearly she was. You know what I'm saying? Mel had enough. You know what I'm saying? She walked off the joint. Got up out of there. All right? Come on. Now, Ish, you heard what he said. He was like, you know, the fans should be happy now. The audience should be happy because we got an all-male cast and barbershop talk and all of that. And he right. It's right. You know, people gonna be happy, but people not gonna like, you know, y'all dogpiling Mel like that. Okay? They not gonna like that at all. People are not gonna like that. Because Mel was perfectly fine that entire podcast. This was not about no health. This was about humiliation. All right? This is what this was about. All right. I don't think Mel is built for the COE, the content over everything culture. She not built for that. And even though the pod thrives on that, she not built for that. All right. I even heard in the back channel she ain't built for that. Okay. I already know. We know. We got the files. All right. Now, Flip himself has taken shots about everything, okay? Marriage stuff, family stuff, you know, and he hates it. Flip hates all of that, okay? But he sits in it and he rolls with the jokes. He checks people, but he doesn't run, okay? So when Park said Flip went crazy on Mel during the balcony break, I could actually see why he probably, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably told us straight up, this is what the pod is. You can't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose, Mel. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It ain't right. But now the bigger question is Mel cracking under pressure? All right? Because lately it feels like she's one incident away from breaking. All right? She wasn't sick. All right? She was cornered, called out, and embarrassed on camera. And instead of standing in it, she left. We don't like that. All right? Now, let me ask you guys some questions. Do you think the JBP crew went too far with Melyssa Ford, or was it just regular podcast banter? Okay? And was Queen's Flip really the villain here? Or did the whole cast set Mel up and just let Flip take the blame? If you were Mel, would you have stayed and fought back, or would you have walked out just like she did too? All right? And the biggest one, do you think Melyssa has secrets she's hiding, or is the pod unfairly pushing a false narrative? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll be back with the files.
Who the fuck has a problem with Dub?
Yeah,
Dub
how
didn't do
long is it?
nothing to nobody. Dub ain't do nothing but drop that interview and shake the streets up. All
That
Dub
interview with
did was
Imani